Hola clase. Today we're going to learn about negative words in Spanish. So you can see on the left-hand side, they're the indefinite words like algo, alguien, alguno, alguna, algunos, algunas, o, siempre, and también. And on the right-hand side, there's the opposites. So the opposite of algo is nada. Alguien, nadie. Alguno, ninguno, etc. So try to find a mnemonic device to memorize these. Algo, nada, I couldn't find anything. Alguien, nadie, I think, well, they both have an IE in them. Alguno, they all have the word goon somewhere in it. And obviously the N shows you like it's like no. O, ni, siempre, always, and nunca. Siempre, nunca, I couldn't think of anything there either, but then you have tam and tampoco, también, tampoco. So, I mean, do the best you can, but just try to put this in your head somehow that these are the like indefinite or positive words and these are their negative counterparts. If you've ever heard someone who speaks Spanish say in English something like, I no have no money. Well, that sounds strange, but in Spanish, you must use a double negative. I know we're not used to doing this, but in Spanish, that's the rule. To negate the sentence, you use a double negative. For example, if I ask you, ¿Hay algo en la mesa? Is there something on the table? And you want to say no. There's nothing on the table. No hay nada en la mesa. So no answers the question. No hay nada. There is nothing on the table. Otro ejemplo. El niño looks in the fridge. He says, ¿Hay algo para comer? And you say, no, no hay nada para comer. There's nothing to eat. Otro ejemplo. El niño asks, is there someone under my bed? So alguien is someone. And you answer, no. No hay nadie. No, there is nobody. Otro ejemplo. She says, oye, ¿ves a alguien allí? Do you see someone there? Notice there's a personal A before alguien because it's the object of the sentence. And you say no. No veo a nadie. And alguien and nadie always refer to people. Otro ejemplo. ¿Escuchas a alguien? No. No escucho a nadie. ¿Alguien se ducha? No, no se ducha nadie. Or I can put it in front and say, no, nadie se ducha. Nadie se ducha, because it's the subject of the sentence. So that's why it can go in the front. So some examples of some or an, you have to always match in number and gender what you're talking about. If I ask you, ¿Tienes algún libro interesante? Do you have an interesting book? Because libros, masculine singular, you chop off the O when you put it in front of the noun. Just like the number 1 when we learn to say, hay un hombre. Not hay uno hombre, hay un hombre. So, ¿tienes algún libro interesante? To say no, you have to do the same with ningún. You chop off the O. No, no tengo ningún libro interesante. Now, since we're talking about the book and it's masculine singular, I can just say no, no tengo ninguno to answer the question short. No tengo ninguno. Or I could say no tengo ningún libro interesante. Example of a feminine singular. ¿Hay alguna computadora? To say no, no hay ninguna computadora. Or I could just say no, no hay ninguna. So you always ask, is it masculine, feminine, singular, or plural? Masculine plural. ¿Tienes algunos amigos mexicanos? To say no. No, no tengo ningún amigo mexicano. Notice you're not going to pluralize nothing, so you just leave it in the singular, ningún amigo mexicano. Or I could say no, no tengo ninguno. Feminine plural. ¿Tienes algunas amigas mexicanas? To say no. No, no tengo ninguna amiga mexicana. Or no, no tengo ninguna. Moving on to o ni ni. It's like asking, do I want to either shower or bathe? And then he decides, well, I don't want to do either. No quiero ni ducharme ni bañarme. So you're answering like, I don't want to neither shower nor bathe with a double negative. Otro ejemplo, she asks him, ¿hablas o francés o portugués? And he answers, no, no hablo ni francés ni portugués. Neither nor. Ejemplo of siempre y nunca. I ask, ¿María siempre come sus verduras? No, nunca come sus verduras. Or I could say, no, no come sus verduras nunca. So nunca can go right in front of the verb or at the end after the no come or no whatever it is. Otro ejemplo. ¿Quieres ir a Disney World? No, jamás quiero ir a Disney World. So like, I never want to go. No, no quiero ir jamás. So jamás and nunca are kind of interchangeable. No, nunca quiero ir or no quiero ir nunca. Now you might hear somebody say, nunca jamás. Like that's like saying never, ever, ever again. Tampoco. So no me gusta este trabajo. I don't like this job. He says, no me gusta tampoco. So you have to say, I don't like it neither. In English, we would say either. Otro ejemplo. They're planning on skipping class. He says, ¿Van ustedes a clase? He says, no. Yo no voy a clase. He says, yo no voy tampoco. I'm not going neither. So sometimes you'll hear multiple negative words in the same sentence. For example, no te pido nada nunca. I never ask nothing of you. Or no me acuerdo nada tampoco. I don't remember nothing neither. So to recap, you have positive words and their opposite or negative words. And in Spanish, you must use a double negative or more. So for this example, you can pause the presentation and try to just pick the opposite of the word in meaning. And I'll give you the answers on the next slide. You should have had the following. And for this exercise, you're going to look at the sentence and negate the sentence by the opposite word. For example, siempre se viste bien. He or she always dresses well. Well, the opposite of siempre is nunca. So nunca se viste bien. He or she never dresses well. So look at the word and pick the opposite. Go ahead and pause the presentation. Here's your answers. You can pause it and check your work. I hope you did well. Buena suerte.